Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you my July beauty favorites. So if you guys are interested in hearing about what products I've been loving for July, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I feel like my favorites end up getting smaller each month, like less and less products. But every product I'm mentioning, I wore like every single day. So once I find something that I like, I just stick to it and I don't switch it out. So I'm gonna start off with like a primer kind of product. And this is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Flawless Filter, the Hollywood Flawless Filter. They sent this to me at the beginning of the summer and I had it on my wish list because somebody at the Ravendall, she raves about this all the time. It looks so gorgeous. Her makeup's always like flawless. Her skin makeup, like her face makeup, is always amazing. So what this is, it's kind of like a primer, liquid highlighter hybrid. So that's how I like to wear it. What I like to do, well, you just apply it all over. And I like to apply it on days that I'm gonna wear either like no foundation and just concealer, or like a really, really minimal foundation. So I'll wear this with the MAC Water Weight Foundation and the Benefit, what is it called? Hello Happy foundation that I really, really love for summer. So this looks like a highlighter almost when you apply it. Like you can see, it gives you some coverage. So it does add color to your skin, but it also gives you an illuminating effect. I wear the shade 4, and this is a really, really good match for me if you're like light to medium. I think they have 12 shades. So it's not like a tinted moisturizer or a foundation where it's gonna be like a perfect match, but it is gonna be a little bit tinted. And then once you blend it out, it kind of feels like a primer. So it goes on really nicely under foundation. And then it just gives you like a really nice, really, really glowy effect without glitter, which is the best part. So it's a very natural finish, but it still kind of blurs out your skin at the same time. And I know it is pretty pricey. I was putting off buying it for a little while because I just knew that it was like a lot of money and I kept putting it off every time I would see it in store. And I was like so happy when I got it in the mail. I'm like, oh my God, I've been wanting this for so long. But once I run out, I'm gonna repurchase it because I just love the way my skin looks with it. But then when I'm wearing a full coverage foundation, I have actually been loving the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Too Faced just re-released, or just released a bunch of new shades in the foundation. They have 50 shades now, and I'm the shade Golden Beige. I remember having this like years ago. I reviewed this on my channel like 3 years ago. I was wearing like a shade that was just off. So once I got the right shade, this matches me so nicely. It's like very, very warm. I'm wearing it today. I've been wearing it pretty much every day since I got it in the mail, like probably 3 weeks straight. I've been wearing this foundation. And I know this has been around for a long time, but it's like a rediscovered favorite and pretty much a relaunch with all of the expanded shades. It's kind of like a full coverage, like a buildable full coverage that looks like skin. It doesn't dry super matte. It's more of a demi-matte finish. But sometimes I like to make it a little bit more matte with another product that is my favorite this month. And this is from Cover FX. It's their custom blot drops. I had this in my everyday makeup drawer. I've been wearing this a ton. So whenever I want to make sure that my Born This Way foundation lasts a really long time, like 14, 15, 16 hours and still looks matte, I will apply 2 to 3 drops of this, mix it in with my foundation or apply it onto my foundation brush. You could also just like apply it like primer right on your skin. It's not like super tacky. It's just like a, kind of like a primer consistency. It's like a gel, really, really thin liquid. Really enjoy that because it doesn't change the texture of your foundation, but it does act as like a mattifying product with your foundation. I've also been wearing this with my NARS Radiant Foundation, my MAC Water Weight Foundation, just like my dewy foundations if I wanna kind of make them last longer and be more mattifying, especially because it's so hot right now. I've also been wearing this with my Colorpop foundation, which does not last on me like the whole day, but I like the finish of it a lot. So this helps it last a little bit longer because it gives it more of a mattifying effect. I've definitely been loving the custom blot drops. I wish I put these on today because I'm really dewy just because it's so hot. And I was filming this makeup look and drinking coffee with all my lights and like my oven is on and just like this dew is from not makeup. It's just from living life. So I should have put this on today, but pretty much every other day I've been wearing it, especially when I need to have my makeup like lasting from like early morning to late night. I really, really like the custom black drops. And then finally, I got to try out the Colorpop Concealer in my correct shade. So I've had the wrong shade for a few months now because I ordered it online and I totally thought it was gonna match me, but it was like 5 shades too light. So I would use it as an eyeshadow primer sometimes. And then I finally ordered the shade Medium 22, which is a perfect shade match for me. I have been really, really enjoying this concealer. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as people have hyped it up, and I really actually like it a lot. I'm wearing this today. It's a really nice like full coverage concealer that doesn't get cakey or dry on your face, and I like more lightweight concealers. I've been loving my Too Faced Sculpting Concealer, and this is kind of like a drugstore dupe to that. That's the way that I feel, because every other concealer I like is like my Maybelline Fit Me, my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion, like all of these concealers that are like more medium coverage, more like a flexible feel, more of a radiant finish. But this is more of a full coverage look, but it's not cakey. I do have drier skin. I'm really like picky about concealers, and I'm just really happy with this one. Like, I thought that I would like it, but I didn't think that I would like it just as much as my Too Faced Sculpting Concealer right now for a full coverage concealer. This is awesome as an eyeshadow primer too. Really, I've been enjoying it. Like, I'm still surprised how much I like it, even though I know a lot of people really, really love it. But just let me give you guys a little swatch. It's kind of more of like a pinkish tone, which I was a little nervous about. I thought it would look like too pink on me, but it still actually matches me really, really nicely. So definitely, if you haven't tried it out, it's only $6. Really, really awesome concealer. So next up, I have something that is pretty pricey that was on my wish list since like Christmas. I had gone to a bunch of department stores trying to find this product, and they never have it. But I actually just got this sent from Lancome, and the reason that I was originally trying to find it in stores is because they have a bunch of different shades, and I wanted to make sure I was getting the right shade because it is definitely a pricey powder. And this is the Absolute powder from Lancome. So they sent over the shade Absolute Ecruit Light, and I think they have like 5 or 6 different shades, but I really like this shade a lot. It's kind of like a golden peachy undertone, and this is a loose powder. It's kind of like a highlighting powder. So I just do my normal like foundation routine and set my makeup with loose powder. I don't use this to set my makeup. It would be way too glowy. So I just dump a little bit out and put it like lightly all over my face as like an all over illuminating powder, and it doesn't leave my skin even more powdery or anything, but it just gives it like a super pretty glow to my face. I feel like this is gonna last me until at least the rest of the year because I use so little at a time. I don't use it like a normal loose powder. I just use probably like a fourth of what I use to set my face. Just really minimal, and it gives you like a very natural luminous effect. It doesn't change the texture of your makeup or make it like more dewy feeling or anything. It just makes it look more luminous. So if you guys have been curious about the Absolute powder, it's been hyped up for a while. I think it's worth it. It's still pricey. I still think it's kind of like too pricey, but I really do like it. Once I run out, I will repurchase it, but I hope I don't run out for a long time because it is a lot of money. So next up, we have more of an affordable product, and this is the Continuous Setting Mist from Morphe. This is the only setting spray I've been using for the last month. I've been using this every single day, multiple times a day. I'm really surprised I haven't run out of it yet. I actually bought this when I was on vacation in Vegas, like in mid-June, and I've been using it non-stop. So it kind of is like MAC Fix Plus, but it's more of like a really, really fine mist. And it reminds me of MAC Fix Plus because it doesn't like set your makeup to mattify it, but it just brings out your makeup and makes it look more natural and less powdery, and just gives your makeup more of like a skin-like finish. And especially if my makeup feels too cakey or heavy or just too matte, it really tones it down. It's just like very refreshing on your skin. When I was in Vegas, I was applying it like 50 times a day, probably not 50, but honestly, probably 10 times a day just to get hydration back into my skin because I just felt like I was a raisin. Like I felt like I was drying out so quickly. So you just spray it, like it's such a satisfying, like, and it smells really nice too. It smells like very clean. You could spray a ton of it on and it's not gonna like mess up your makeup at all. So I really have been enjoying this a lot, not as like a setting spray to make my makeup last longer, but just to like seal everything in and make it look like really natural, especially like your highlighter and everything. And if I touch on my makeup or apply powder again throughout the day, I'll go back in with a setting spray and apply a little bit more. Next up, this is my favorite lip product from the month. This is also from Lancome. It's a lip gloss in the shade Opalescent. And this is a plumping gloss, and it's like a shimmery gloss. I'm gonna apply it because I feel like my lipstick is fading. I wear this almost every single day on the center of my lips with any nude lip product. It just adds a little extra color to your lips, and I love how fine like the shimmer is in this gloss, so it's not like overpowering, and it gives you a little bit of a plumping effect. So it's been my go-to. I just pulled this out of my purse just now because when I'm on the go, like I don't even bring whatever matte lip color I'm wearing. I just bring this to touch up my lip color throughout the day. I know this is definitely pricier because it's Lancome, but if you want something that's a drugstore dupe, like a very similar dupe, Champagne Glam, the plumping gloss from e.l.f., it's like $3. I will link it below if you guys want a more affordable alternative. That one doesn't give you as much color payoff as this one, but the color tones are very similar, and that's also really awesome plumping gloss. I just mentioned it in my drugstore favorites. And then lastly for the month, I've definitely been loving the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. I'm wearing it today. I've been wearing it pretty much every day since I got it. I do have a review of it on my channel, swatches, comparison to other Anastasia palettes. It's just such a gorgeous palette. And I also love that it's like very wearable for daytime, for nighttime. The shimmer shades in here are like, they can't be beat basically. Like, these are some of my favorite shimmers in my collections. The mattes are super quick to blend out. Like I can do eye looks with this palette that looks super glam. Like this eye look, aside from putting on lashes, took me like 2 minutes. The lashes take me like 10 minutes, but the actual eyeshadow can take me literally like 2 minutes because you just blend everything out so quickly and it's so pigmented without like having to really apply a lot of product. So really been loving these shades. I like that there are some lighter tones in there too, and it's just like a lot of variety. It doesn't just lean like super cool, super dark, super warm tone. You get a lot of variety in this palette. So really been loving it. If you guys want swatches and everything, check out my review video, but that has been definitely my favorite palette for this month. Alright guys, so that is everything for my July beauty favorites. Definitely let me know your favorites for this month in the comments down below. Also make sure you're checking out my description box. I do have a giveaway open for a few more days. All the rules and everything will be in my description box. And if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.